Hi everyone, welcome back to Get Book. So today's video is going to be a bit different video because I'm not going to talk about any book review or going to give you any book recommendations, but I'm going to talk about how to develop this beautiful reading habit. Now, many of us make resolutions at the end of a year like next year तो पक्का reading चालू कर दूंगा और ये month में ना एक book तो पक्का finish कर दूंगा. But very few actually do it. Now, of course, there are reasons, or I would say excuses, of not doing it. So, let's first discuss about those reasons or the excuses because of which people don't like reading. And then we'll discuss about some tricks or tips to start developing this wonderful and life changing habit. So, let's get started. The very first and the most common excuse is we don't have time. We are so occupied that we do not get much of a me time, and whenever we get some free time, we like to do activities which will involve like very less or minimal mental effort. So we just like to open our laptops or grab our remotes and do like Netflix and chill. So in very few days, this Netflix and chill becomes our mundane, and the books which we have bought remains in the shelf under a very good layer of dust. The second reason could be the continuation of the first reason because many people prefer watching a movie or a documentary based on a book rather than actually grabbing that book and reading it because it involves motion picture, graphics, and it is more fun to watch a movie rather than reading a book. Just like Game of Thrones. Many people have seen Game of Thrones, but very few would be knowing that Game of Thrones was actually adaptation of a book. The last and the most common excuse, or rather a question that you will get asked if you tell someone to start reading a book is, "बदले में मुझे क्या मिलेगा?" Everybody wants rewards. School में we used to do it because we used to get marks in written. But here, if I invest so much of time in reading a book, I'm not gonna get anything in return. So why should I invest so much of time in reading a book? Rather, I will invest that time in playing some video games or going somewhere because that will involve minimal mental effort. So these are the most common excuses because of which people find reading as a daunting work and they prefer not doing it. So here are some tricks with which you can overcome these excuses and incorporate reading as a daily activity in your life. So let's find out what are these tips and tricks. As you're just a beginner, if you choose something which is like this big or which involves big words, the language is not easy to grasp, or just the genre is not your kind of forte, then that is going to be a bad decision because that is not going to help you fall in love with reading, but it is going to do the exact opposite. So choosing the right kind of book at the very start is very trivial. You can read a fiction or something which motivates you or inspires you because that will not just act as a catalyst, but that will help you be with this reading activity for a long time. Instead of being too much enthusiastic and grabbing a book which is like 800,000 pages big books and after some time just counting the pages like अरे यार अभी इतना पढ़ना बाकी है, then you will lose your zest in reading. So if you do not like reading big paragraphs or long stories, then start with something which are like small paragraphs. You can read some blogs or you can read some articles and then gradually increase your length of reading because it just takes you like one beautiful writing to fall in love with reading. We all know that every day is not the same. Some days we get ample amount of free time, but some days are like damn busy. So on such days, try to read for at least 15 to 30 minutes. Now, रीडिंग शुड नॉट बी सीन एज अ टास्क लाइक मेरा कल का 15 मिनट्स का रीडिंग बचा है, मेरा आज का भी 15 मिनट्स का रीडिंग बाकी है. दिस शुड नॉट बी द केस. You can utilize your time when you are traveling, or you can even listen to audiobooks when you are in gym. So use such times to read a book. because reading every day will keep you in discipline and you will never know how beneficial it would be in your course of life. So these are few tips which I used personally when I was stepping into this habit, and I enjoyed it a lot. So if you like this video, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.